Hey, good morning, everybody. Kurt Johnson, Saturday morning live on behalf of Ann Sieg and Brian Cummings and all the staff, faculty, trainers, and members here at the E-Commerce Business School. Good Saturday morning. If you want to write in the box that all the electrons are looking good to you, that would be awesome. Lisa has joined. Lisa, sound and video looking okay to you? Scrambled here at the last minute. So anyway, let us know. Brian Cummings is in the house. Welcome, everybody. It's really, really great to have you here. I'll introduce this young lady in just a moment. But I do want to welcome all of our new members as people continue. Thank you, Candida. That's awesome. Hi, Gene Day. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, everybody's saying hi, Kathleen. Get some thumbs up. So anyway, I'm Coach Kurt Johnson with the E-Commerce Business School, and I just want to welcome all the new members into the E-Commerce Business School. We have different ways that people come into that. The thing that's really hot right now is the print on demand, and so all of you new print on demand members, welcome, welcome. We just finished a 10-day accountability boot camp, and that was just so much fun. But today, what we're going to be doing on Saturday mornings here and there in series and periodically is just bringing you really great training because we have such a full faculty and staff here at the E-Commerce Business School. There's so much wisdom and so much talent that we want to share that with everybody. And so today we have Kathleen Cleary. She is a trained copywriter, been working with Ann Sieg and E-Commerce Business School for a long time. She's been writing copywriting material for over 33 years. Kathleen, you put that in your bio. You're kind of giving your age away there, but after training after training with Ann Sieg and E-Commerce Business School to learn how to effectively sell products on Amazon and other online sites, she decided to combine her e-commerce marketing knowledge and her I'm reading this, I know you can tell, copywriting skills to help e-commerce sellers close visitors into sales and max out the profitability of their Amazon or Shopify sales funnels. Kathleen's copy projects for E-Commerce Business School as members have included weekly newsletter, email campaign, sales pages, offer pages, product listing, landing pages, special reports. Yeah, you've probably written 10,000 emails, Kathleen, and so we really love working with you in the community. And so if you want to say anything else about yourself personally before we get going here, and let me know when you want me to hit the first slide of your training today, that would be great. I'll do the slides for you. So welcome, Kathleen. I really appreciate you taking the time to share some of your wisdom with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate that. And yes, I've been in the community for many years and have enjoyed working with the members and certainly for 80/20. And, it's been a great fit for me to match those marketing knowledge with all the training that I've been through with the EBS school. And this is exciting. I love this new concept of Saturday morning live trainings and bringing value to members.
All right. You ready to rock and roll?
So if you want, we can jump right into it.
Okay. Here's your
Sure,
first
let's
slide.
rock and roll.
Okay.
Am I seeing it? Should I be seeing that?
There's a delay, Kathleen. So
okay.
you just assume the recording all turns out right. Live, it's a little bit funky because of all the technology stack we have lined up. But when you say the next slide, just assume people are seeing it while we're talking and we're good to go.
Okay, so are we just on the introductory
9
slide?
easy ways to write product
okay, sorry. All right, very good. So that's the topic of the day, 9 easy ways to write product descriptions that sell. And if you move to the next slide,
okay.
I'm assuming here in this training that, yes, that the keyword research has been done. In other words, before you write your product description, you're going to want to search for what words are your buyers most likely using when they're seeking your product. And you're going to, whether you're using a free tool or like an Amazon search bar, Google, or Merchant Words, you've done the research and figured out the most commonly used words for what you're selling. Then you're going to be putting those words certainly in your title. In the case of Amazon, your most important keywords are going in the title and they're going in the back-end search terms. And then when you write your product description, you're going to sprinkle in those keywords in a user-friendly way so that it reads smoothly and friendly. And if you move to the next slide, Kurt, should be what's a product description. So basically, a product description is marketing copy that describes a product and why someone should buy it. And it provides features and benefits to the buyer. And let's move along. So it's the same whether you're writing an Amazon product listing, you're going to have a title, description, bullets, or next slide just shows an example of the Shopify product description. A lot of the members are currently creating print-on-demand stores using Shopify as their platform and moving into other marketplaces. But your product descriptions are going to go, you're going to want them in both places. So the first of the 9 easy ways to write a good product description, you want to focus on your ideal buyer. Did you move to that one?
Yep.
Okay, great. So the best product descriptions address your ideal buyer directly and personally. You can ask and answer questions as if you're having a conversation with them, and choose words that your ideal buyer uses. And you certainly want to use the word you. My particular niche is crafters. That's my Crafters Closets of America is my Shopify store. So this particular shirt says knitting is a work of heart. And, you want to be identifying with your audience. With print on demand, it's a little different than if you're just selling a product on Amazon that it can go to anybody. With print on demand, you have a chosen niche and you're speaking to an audience, so they're identifying with you. On the next slide, this is a weekender tote that I have on my site, and I apologize with when I was trying to take the screenshots. The image and the description are a little apart, so I'm cutting off the images. But in this situation, you want to paint a picture so your buyer can see themselves, enjoying the benefits and use of your product. So the description I have here is this: my perfect day in MA, Massachusetts is where I live. Oversized weekender tote for Massachusetts knitters is perfect for your weekend away with your knitting buddies in the city, the country, or at the beach. The wide mouth durable bag holds a generous amount of personal items as well as your knitting projects and is easily held by its thick rope handles. So, I'm throwing in there for the knitters, and I travel with knitting friends, and, I definitely can identify, but being together, we've been in cities, beaches, whatever. So I'm using my own personal experience, knowing what, people in the niche do. And so I've thrown in those copy words. If we move to the next one, this is an example from Think Geek. They're describing an LED flashlight that they have. And it reads, you know what's sucky about regular flashlights? They only come in 2 colors, white and that yellowish white that reminds us of the teeth of an avid coffee drinker. What fun is that kind of flashlight? We'll answer that. No fun at all. You know what is fun? Using the multicolor LED flashlight to cast a sickly green glow over your face while telling a zombie story around a campfire. No campfire? Make a fake one with the orange light. So this was an example I grabbed off of Shopify Academy's blog, and it has lots of personality. You can read it, feel it. If you go to the next slide, Kurt, these are things to think about when you're talking to your ideal customer. What words would my customer use? What questions can you answer? Is she okay with words like sucky and crappy? You might have an audience that's not going to work for at all. So it's really important to be knowing your audience, use their lingo and the words that are going to resonate with them. Let's bounce to the next one.
Hey, Kathleen, before you go on to point number 2, I'm just going to check in with our audience here. Hey, welcome everybody. In case you rolled in late, this is Coach Kurt with E-Commerce Business School and Kathleen Cleary. We're doing some training here on Saturday morning live, and my Facebook monitor kind of froze up. So if someone would let me know or even text me that things are okay, that would be awesome. Seems like everything's okay except my Facebook feed. So and if you do want to know more, if you got to run now or whatever, you can put any comments in the box there. We'll do some Q&A hopefully at the end if my Facebook thing lightens up here, or you can just type in for now. We'll have a different call to action, or we're going to show you how you can get a hold of Kathleen if you want to. But anyway, go to joinebs.com, www.joinebs.com, and I'll go ahead and put that in the panel too. So yeah, on to point number 2, Kathleen.
All righty. So number 2 is attract and entice with benefits. And this is an example coming from Method Home. And it was during the holidays, a gel hand wash. So their subhead is a lot of secret handshakes start over the holidays. And the copy reads, sometimes the scent of seasonal hand wash is all we need to rouse our holiday spirits. Available an array of festive fragrances, our naturally derived gel hand wash will leave your hands soft, clean, and ready to be tucked into a pair of Fair Isle mittens. It really is the most wonderful time of the year. So they're suggesting not only are your hands going to be soft and clean, but that the soap rouses your holiday spirit and makes the holidays more fun and festive. So when you're thinking about your own products, you want to think, does it make someone happier or healthier or more productive? Am I solving a problem or eliminating some kind of hassle? So in essence, you want to use your benefits, but sell an experience. So it goes beyond just being a product. If you bounce to the next one, number 3, it is avoid the same old yeah phrases. So, blah things like we have excellent product quality. In essence, you want to infer the quality of your product by using benefit-oriented features. So on the next slide, I chose to use an example from Kay Curtis's Best Genealogy Gifts, her Shopify store. And in her description, she's written, enjoy a smile every time you use this I'm a Time Traveler genealogy latte mug, especially on those late nights working to discover more about your family tree. Again, she's identifying with what she knows people who are into genealogy do, and they can spend many hours doing their research. So whether you drink your coffee, hot chocolate, or water, it's the perfect special genealogy cup. This durable ceramic latte mug with high quality sublimation printing makes it a gift appreciated by any hot or cold beverage drinker. So she's used her feature, durable ceramic latte, that it's a ceramic mug, it's durable, and it's got high quality sublimation printing. So she's describing what it is that makes it a better product. If you bounce to the next one, this is an example from Zappo's, the shoe seller. And as you see, they've got it kind of down just in their bullet point format. And it's really good example of looking at features and then explaining why the feature offers the benefit. So on the second one down here, the angelfish captures classic boat shoe style in a feminine design. So, the sense that it's women would feel comfortable about the design. Genuine hand-sewn construction for durable comfort. The hand-sewn construction is your feature, but it offers you durable comfort. The next feature, stain and water-resistant leather upper, gives you durable and lasting wear. So each one of these starts with the feature, but rolls it right into the benefit and why a buyer would want to be buying this product. On the next slide, Kurt, number 4, this is justify your use of superlatives. So if you're going to suggest that you have the best, the fastest, the coolest, the most popular, the most advanced, you want to use facts that justify why you're making that claim. And this is Amazon's own description of the Kindle Paperwhite and why it's the most advanced e-reader. So right in those bullets, you see that the word patented, that in itself suggests it's special. They're using percentages. Paperwhite has 62% more pixels for brilliant resolution. So your feature is the pixels and the benefit is that brilliant resolution. And the last line in this one, even in bright sunlight, Paperwhite delivers clear, crisp text and images with no glare. It's just a rock solid benefit. Anybody that's tried to read their reader out in the sunshine can understand that, wow, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So let's bounce down to number 5.
Hey, Kathleen,
and this
I'm going
to
interrupt you again. Apologize just momentarily. I adjusted my mic settings, so I'm hoping I'll come through a little bit louder, getting some feedback. Thank you, Judith. Welcome. Hey, Lots of people joining us here this morning. In case
nice.
you're jumping in here live, this is Coach Kurt Johnson with E-Commerce Business School. On behalf of Ann Sieg and all of us here, this is Saturday Morning Live, and we're doing some training, and we'll have hopefully some Q&A here at the end of it. This is Kathleen Cleary giving some great tips and training on copywriting as it pertains to you creating your listing. So thank you, Kathleen. A little pause there. Carry on.
Very good. Okay, so number 5, appeal to your reader's imagination. This example comes from Think Geek, and it reads, there's a person who's the hero of every barbecue or family cookout, and that is the grill master. We always looked up to mom or dad as they tended the grill and looked forward to the day when we could be in charge of charring the meat stuff and searing delicious slices of fresh pineapple. Now that we're adults, it's finally our turn, and technology has smiled upon us, giving us a tool that is destined to impress. And I apologize because I grabbed this description and I forgot to show the product, but it's a grilling tool. And obviously it puts the reader, in front of the grill, and it adds the emotion of being the grill master for the family. So it goes way beyond just, hey, we have a great thing to help your grilling.
It also making me looking forward to lunch, Kathleen.
Yeah, it does. You can start to salivate just reading this. Okay, number 6, use mini stories when appropriate. And this is an example, and the next slide will show the description. This comes from our members, the Baalbach family, and their store is Fostering Calm. So they sell products for parents who adopt children that have sensory processing issues. So if we go to the next slide, this is the description for that product that we were just looking at. And so if you look at the middle paragraph, the story reads, it's nearing bedtime. You start to dread the process. Is there not anything that might help with the bedtime routine? The going to sleep, the staying asleep, or maybe you have a little one that's anxious throughout the day. There's help. No, not medications. You want a non-invasive, natural alternative, a weighted blanket. And so they're, in essence, truly identifying with the audience that would be interested in this product. They understand they have the children that they use these products for, and they know what the daily routine is. So they're writing a story that a buyer can certainly identify with and think, yes, that's what I need. I think in this situation, they probably could format this a little better with some more paragraphs or perhaps some bolding. And later on, when we talk about mobile, it'll be apparent why that would be. That is a long paragraph. And sometimes when you have a big block of copy, a reader just kind of blanks out like, oh, that's work, but if it's formatted and scannable, it'll be easier. But the story, I think, is great. Let's bounce down to the next number 7. And it's titillate with sensory words. So adjectives can certainly be tricky. If your product can be described with sensory adjectives, it helps the reader experience the product with power words such as crunch, smooth, bright, crisp. And let's go to the next one, which is an example of this. This comes from the chocolate maker Green and Black. And the top part is showing, which is so true, restaurants have known that using sensory words can increase their sales because you're engaging more brain processing power. And hopefully I can read this. A bar of wonderful distinctions, if there ever was one. Crunchy toffee and smooth dark chocolate, treacly and savory flavors. It's evocative, to say the least, but that's why you're drawn to it in the first place. So really going, into the senses here. Let's bounce to the next one, Kurt. Number 8. So this is attract with social proof. So besides having, positive reviews, you can do like this online furniture, made.com. They're sneaking in social proof with a press piece. And something else you can do is if you've got testimonials on your website, add pictures of whoever gave you the testimonial, and then you've just amped up the credibility because it's authentic. In this situation, they've the quote from the customer service rep says, the picky bag bean bags are far and away some of our most popular pieces. People can't seem to get enough of them. They look really good bought as a pair or three in different colors. So there's some suggestive selling going on. Don't buy one, buy two or three. And then they're using the press piece to add the credibility there. And the next slide, Kurt. Make your description scannable. So that's what I was talking about earlier. In this situation, they've got bullet points, they've spaced out some of those features and benefits. They're using color, making it really, really easy to read. And let's bounce down to the next one's just sort of reinforces that. So if you focus on an enticing headline or title, use your bullet points, lots of white space, and then you can increase your font size to promote the readability. And the next slide, Kurt, should be description guidelines. So this is really important because the way people are shopping is changing and more people are using mobile. And in mobile, as opposed to when we're used to, like at Amazon, if we're on our desktop, we see the title, we see the bullet points, down lower is the description, but on mobile, your description actually shows up first. And you can use formatting like a, paragraph, start, stop paragraph, so you get the breaks, or start, stop, bold. The first 200 characters in Amazon are the most impactful in terms of search, the words that you're using that your buyers are most likely to be using. You want to throw in the details, the features, size, weight, etc., and use that sales copy and stories like we've been seeing in these previous slides. The next slide is an example actually on mobile. This came from Dr. Josie Shepard in a recent training. And so with the description, you can see that she's got some white space. She started with the bold, great gift, bring some romance into that special person's life with a Valentine's Day gift that says it all. She or he will know how you feel about her every morning as she drinks that first cup of coffee. Brilliant, crisp printing on a pure white ceramic mug, an original design available only from Red Cat Dreams. So she's identifying her brand and her business. So it's this, when you're on mobile, you definitely don't want to have that long, drawn out descriptions that it takes a long time to scroll through, because you're just going to lose the reader / buyer. You want them to buy your product. So this is a perfect way of, and her down below that, the bullet points, and she's got them started with capitals, and it goes through features and benefits all the way through. There is a tool, the next slide. This was a tool, again, that I learned about from Dr. Josie Shepard. When a lot of us write our descriptions in a Word doc or some kind of word processing document, and if you just copy and paste it into like an Amazon product description, you end up with all these odd characters and you lose your formatting. And this tool, Word to Clean HTML, all you have to do is copy your description from your word processing document right in there, and then you click that Convert to Clean HTML, and it keeps all the formatting just the way you want. The next slide, I believe, is the website. That's the website. It's Word to the digit to Clean HTML. Really, really great tool that I didn't know about. So I wanted to share that it's out there and it makes life easier. And I think that takes care of our 9 easy ways. The last slide is just, it's a picture of the dashboard in our back office. And under tools and resources, there's a page where there's a little learn more button. So if somebody was interested in having a complimentary consultation to discuss any copywriting issues they may have, just go to the back office to tools and resources and open for questions. Yeah.
Great training, Kathleen. Thanks so much. We will get to some Q&A in just a moment, but we're going to let them know how to get into that back office if they're not yet. You can join the e-commerce business school community absolutely free. Go to www.joinebs.com. In addition to Kathleen's training here, there's other free training, complimentary training, and of course paid trainings and mentoring and so on and so forth. We're a results-driven mentoring community, and so all that's available. School. But if you'd like more of what Kathleen is doing or hire her services or anything like that, feel free to do that. We'll make that, again, announcement after we do some Q&A. Hopefully there's some Q&A. Be thinking of some things that you'd like to put in the panel there. And even if you're watching this recording, you're not live with us, even though this is Saturday morning live with Coach Kurt in the E-Commerce Business School, go ahead and we'll be sure to be watching that and help you out and moving forward. So, but in the meantime, I'll go back to the Q&A slide and go on over to the question and answer box here. Oh, by the way, if you'd like to be notified of Saturday morning lives, you can put add me or just yes in the comment section also, and you'll know when we do these. We'll be doing them almost every Saturday, but maybe not everyone, and so you'll be sure to be pinged and reminded. Okay, Judith Calhoun says, looks good. Jean Day McCarthy says, good tips, Kathleen. Candida says, thank you, Kathleen. Great job. Awesome. Kathleen, I have a question. When I wrote descriptions, you noticed some words that might not be apropos. We're waiting for other people maybe to ask a question or two. Are there any negative words that you shouldn't use, even beyond? Are there things that you should try to avoid when writing descriptions? I got flagged for a bad word one time. So just wondering.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. Want to be conscious of, words and their appropriateness and whether they, like Amazon, and Facebook, I mean, not that you write a product description there necessarily, but you've got to be careful about the words that you choose. And there's also the concept of negative keywords. There are sometimes words that you don't want to use. This is more, I'm thinking about in promotions and advertising. There's words that you definitely don't want to use because somebody could use it in a search when it really doesn't apply to your product. And so you want to, when you're doing your campaign, there's a way to identify words that you don't want to have used as search terms for your product. I don't know if that's making sense, but it's easier when we're looking at how to set up a campaign. But it could be that a word is used a lot in a search, but if it's not relevant to what you're selling, you don't want that word to be in your ad or in a search indexed for search. Right. So.
Yep, that's more advanced adding negative keywords. Sure.
Yes.
I was surprised. Sure. I read somewhere. Maybe because I'm not typically this way, even though I've become more and more savvy buyer, that I am reading lots of descriptions. Now, I didn't used to. I just go, oh, there it is, and I bought it. But well over half of the people on Amazon, before they buy something, they are doing comparative shopping. It's not like just, oh, bam, grab it off the shelf. I mean, they're savvy buyers, and they read these descriptions, don't they?
They do indeed, yeah. And I think especially if you're creating a brand, then that whole identifying with your audience becomes really important because, let's face it, the know, like, and trust factor is going to drive a person's decision to buy from somebody. And so if you can create an audience and have a relationship, and if you're working on a POD store and or selling a private label product, you want to create your own list and have a relationship, and maybe you're using social media to post and identify with them, and or email campaigns and cart abandonment campaigns and all these different touch points that you can use. You can't do that in Amazon, but you certainly can if you're building an audience and that people know, like, and trust you. They're much more likely to be interested in your product and have a look and see if it's something that's going to meet their needs.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to go over to the panel here, Kathleen. Thanks, Kathleen. That resource, Word to Clean, solves a problem I've had for years. Wow, that's awesome. All right, Kurt, like your name there. Judith, words to exclude. We just covered that. Roderick says, words like sublimation printing can be very confusing. I spent several minutes wondering what that is and why it's a benefit for the average buyer. There's a comment and a question in there in terms of what I guess, complexity of words. I remember one friend just loved using these big words, and every once in a while I'd say, I don't even know what that is.
Right.
Do you have to be cautious of that in product descriptions?
That's true. That's true. And perhaps a more, a little definition after sublimation. If you're going to use the term sublimation, or, perhaps a definition of what that is, or just use it in a more basic description so that people can understand and not, if you do read something, you don't get it's not going to motivate you to be buying something. So yeah, if you can bring down the copy into a level that most people are going to understand, it's much more persuasive to do that.
Awesome. Well, Kathleen, I don't see any other questions in the box there. My electronics are flowing properly here. Thank you for taking the time to share. So it is really, really, really important in terms of communicating. Communication is just so key in so many things. So if you would like to know more about the e-commerce business school and it's a free membership and the entry road to access Kathleen and our other coaches and trainers and programs and all of that, you can go to www.joinebs.com. There's a free membership. There's some free training. I encourage you to jump through some of those hoops. If you jump through some of those hoops, you're even eligible for some mentoring and a 10-day accountability boot camp and, so on and so forth. So we're here at the e-commerce business school to help you on your journey in that way. Be looking forward ahead for more Saturday morning lives. So before I say thank you again and goodbye to everybody, Kathleen, any last comments, thoughts, or words that you'd like to share?
Well, it's been a pleasure being here today. And if anybody, I'm happy. I am doing check and adjusts every other Tuesday now. So it's an easy way for members that are qualified for the check and adjust calls to get in touch and ask questions, and certainly happy to have a consultation with anyone to answer questions.
Okay, guys. Well, come on in. The water's fine if you're not part of the e-commerce business school community. www.joinebs.com. If you'd like to be notified of the Saturday morning lives free trainings, just go ahead and put add me in the box there. If you have questions, Kathleen and I will keep our eye on this thread along with our great staff. And if anything comes along, we will help you if you're listening to this recording later. So thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend. Bye, everybody.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.